Hey, it's Jeff Wolfsburg. This is just a brief video. Sometimes I wrote an article too, roughly the same content, but sometimes seeing me talk feels different for some people. But I was thinking the other day about sobriety, and I was at a speaking keynote, and someone asked me afterwards because it's been like 30 years of recovery, and they said, how did you get 30 years of recovery? Um, and I gave some answer, but as I was driving home, I started thinking about a shift that happened to me about 6 or 7 years into my recovery, where I started feeling as if I was constantly in this um, deprivation mode, like, and I started thinking that people don't relapse because they miss the substance. They relapse because their lives feel small, and sometimes in recovery circles you're not encouraged to take risks or build a bigger and better life. There is a powerful momentum and belief that can surround recovery circles where it's like, hey, don't do too much. If you do, you'll fail. If you fail, it brings on all these very powerful emotions, and those emotions can trigger relapse. And I started feeling like the smallness that I was protecting, the drive to kind of control all the variables, like don't make a mistake, don't do this, don't do everything was don't. And I realized I was trapped in this box that I could no longer fit in, you know. Um, and one of the reasons why I call the men's recovery program a legacy recovery coaching for men is you're trying to build something that you feel proud of, that lasts, that you remember, that when you leave the room, people remember why you were in that room. Doesn't have to be things like, oh, he built this empire, or he does this or did that. It could just simply mean when you leave the room, it's about how you made people feel. So legacy is not just stuff or reputation. It can be a feeling. But I think for a lot of men, what I strongly believe in is that purpose kills addiction. The men that I have seen that really have strong, lasting, indestructible sobriety and recovery, generally speaking, are men who are living their mission and purpose with vibrancy. Doesn't mean they don't fail; they often do. Any success has lots of failure, but they are continually pushing the envelope of their lives. So their sobriety is no longer this tight little safe box they're fitting into, but now it's bigger, Sobriety should not be subtraction. That's what I did. Spent a lot of time in church basements, just minimizing my life. Small apartment, small manageable car, not many things, because more things meant more problems. Bigger jobs, turn down promotions because that'll bring on too much. Um, and then that shift occurred where I realized I'm going to relapse sooner or later, because I'm trapped in this small box. Um, and when a man connects with their mission, sobriety stops feeling like a loss. And that's extremely important, that you go from a deprivation model to a model that sobriety is now expansive. Sobriety is not closing doors where you hide behind, but opening doors where you can enter into the life that you were always meant to lead. That's what I'm doing at Legacy Men's Recovery Coaching, and I hope you join me.